Christian, my son, he was 20. He was killed in a motorcycle accident on June 1st of 2020 in our state that we lived in Alabama. He was riding a Kawasaki Ninja going north on Highway 31, which is a 4-lane highway. 2 lanes going north and 2 lanes going south, and sometimes there's a center median for turning vehicles. I was that unfortunate mom that saw the video the moment that my son left this earth. He was killed on impact when not one, but 2 vehicles pulled out in front of him. The first car was a white sedan that was in the center median, or in the center turn lane, turning to go across the 2 northbound lanes. Once that car pulled across, there was a small pickup truck on the other side of the road that was waiting to go across 2 northbound lanes to get to the center median to turn to go south. In the video, you can see the white car pull out, and as soon as the white car pulled out, the truck pulled out too, so they were passing each other. And you can see my son come into view, and he swerves to miss the rear end of that white car. And whenever he does, he hits the truck in the driver's side door. The driver of the truck was a 16-year-old boy. He did have a head injury, but he did make a full recovery. From the video, I can tell that my son was speeding. However, that does not negate the fact that not one, but 2 cars failed to yield the right of way, which left my son dead, me as his mom grieving, his brother grieving, and the rest of our family just lost. I wanted to go home to Alabama. I wanted to sit at his grave. I wanted to cry and scream, but I know that that is not what he would want for me. He loved motorcycles. He loved riding. That was one of his favorite things to do. All of us that own and operate vehicles, we need to do a better job of looking for motorcycles, just like we do other vehicles. I mean, you wouldn't change lanes if another vehicle was in that lane right beside you. And that kind of leads into a little bit of my backstory. Why I look out for motorcycles is because I had a run-in with a motorcyclist whenever I was 16. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was driving on south, Highway 31 going south, and I made a lane change only using my mirrors. Didn't think twice about looking beside me. I was 16, so I just merged over. Well, apparently there was a motorcycle there that I almost hit. He flagged me down and gave me an earful, told me why we should look out for motorcycles and what I almost did and what I could have caused. And from that day, I've always had a healthy respect for motorcycles, and I've always used my mirrors, and I turn my head and I take those extra seconds to make sure that I'm clear of other cars and motorcycles. Vehicle drivers and motorcycle drivers alike are all someone's mom, dad, son, daughter, brother, or sister. We all have to be responsible in looking out for one another to make our roads safer, to make sure that we make it home to our loved ones without incident. Motorcycles may speed, but anyone who drives a car has sped too. So we're not going to point fingers. We're not going to call each other out or anything like that. Everybody speeds. Motorcycles, they might split lanes, but there's a reason for that. It's for their safety. And I'm not talking about when they're exceeding the speed limit and racing down the highway and weaving in and out of traffic. It's not what I'm talking about. Let's just check ourselves and do the right thing for looking out for each other. I know I never want to be the one that has to explain to the cops or the coroner, I didn't see them. Nobody wants that on their conscience. You know, if it was your family member on a motorcycle, wouldn't you pay a little bit more attention to what's to the right and to the left of you? What's behind you, what's in front of you? Don't ride too close. Don't change lanes without looking. And heaven forbid, don't cut your grass and blow the grass into the road. That's just a recipe for disaster for motorcycles. I can't say this enough. Don't be that person that has to say, I didn't see them, and you just cost somebody their life. Take that extra second to look twice. It may save somebody's life. It may have saved my son, who I miss every single day. I'll never get him back. I'll never see him smile. I'll never hear his voice, get to hold his hand, dance at his wedding. I'll never get those things. Don't be the reason that somebody else doesn't get them. Watching out for motorcycles is just as important as it is to watch out for your own loved one. You want all of your loved ones to come home at the end of the day.